Alright guys, today I need to address this situation because I can't believe what I'm seeing right in front of my eyes. We capture these guys on a foreign battlefield. We bring them to Guantanamo. They have a life that we could only dream of down there. The year-round temperature is only 80 degrees. They get beachfront property. They get cuisine flown in from all over the world. They get their little prayer rug. They get their little butts in the air 3 times a day, 5 times a day, praying to Allah. They have more rights than anybody in a prison in America would ever have as a citizen. And what are we doing? We're supposed to take people that we capture on the battlefield and we're supposed to try them in a military court. Military tribunals were set up for specifically this reason. And what are we doing? We're going to give them Miranda rights and bring them to the American criminal court system. This is the mistake that Clinton made whenever he had the first Trade Center got bombed back in '93. This is exactly what we did with the Blind Sheik and all those guys. We sat there and gave them the rights and pursued it as a criminal case. Once you do that, they get Miranda rights. They get to sit there and go through discovery. Once they go through discovery, they have access to all the information that the prosecutor would have had. That's supposed to stay classified. Well, the last time it ended up in a cave over there whenever our CIA and everybody was going and doing investigations over there on some of the terrorists that they caught. My gosh, what's wrong with these people? Eric Holder, the Attorney General for... This guy was a senior partner in a law firm that's been representing these people. Anybody heard of recusing yourself from a case? If there's ever the time, this is the epitome of a case and what recusing yourself was all about. Now we're going to bring these guys into the heart of Manhattan. My God, people. My God. These families still, this is raw to them. They still have that smell, and I know that smell. They know what that felt like that day. September the 11th, 2001. These people were going to work, minding their own business. And now we're going to give these guys a platform to sit there. And just a few months ago, everybody, the buzz was all, let's prosecute Bush and Cheney for how they pursued the war and trying for war crimes. Well, you know what? They had to back off on all of that because they knew it wasn't going to fly. This is their indirect way of being able to do that. Because allowing these guys to get on the stand who have already pled guilty and said they want to die, into discussion for me, but now we're going to allow them to get out there, make fools of our justice system, make fools of everybody that's trying to do right in this country, and let them parade themselves around in front of the victims of these families. You catch somebody on a battlefield there to be tried by a military tribunal. Senator Lindsey Graham, Grahamnesty as Rush likes to call him, sat there and hammered Eric Holder just the other day whenever he was in front of Congress and asked him how many times in the course of our history has this been done before? And the answer was, it hasn't. But Eric Holder, the Attorney General, didn't even know that. He didn't have an answer for it. Don't you think you ought to study your case law and your history and see what kind of precedent has gone forth before you come out and try to pursue a trial like this? Talk about incompetence. This case has to be handled in the proper way. I don't want to hear about Geneva Convention. Geneva Convention is supposed to apply to people that were wearing a uniform, representing an army, representing a country, not for thugs wearing bed sheets that are going around that haven't had a bath in their entire life. These people never had it so good down there in Guantanamo. Now we're going to bring them over here so that one of Obama's friends that owns a jail someplace and a bunch of property around it can put them up outside Chicago, 20 miles from a nuclear facility, might I add. How convenient. No, I'm tired. No more platform for these guys. Let's do away with them. They do not deserve the rights that a citizen does. Human rights does not mean the American civil rights that are given to us by the Constitution for any thug that comes along. Stay tuned. I got more to say about this. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.